Alright guys, welcome to the Freedom Podcast. On today's episode we're going to be talking about the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme. A recent Freedom of Information request to the NHS has confirmed that there has been 14,999 claims received by the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme following a suspected adverse reaction to the COVID-19 vaccines. More worryingly, of the 15,000 claims that have been made, the majority are in the younger age groups, over 71% of the cases in persons aged 0 to 59. Now remember, this was an age group that was not susceptible to a COVID virus, and only 2% of all deaths related to COVID were suffered by people under the age of 60. 98% of the deaths associated with COVID were in the over 60s, yet here we see an inverse adverse reaction in the younger age groups who did not need a vaccine to protect them, even if there was a virus. The FOI also confirmed that to date 184 claimants had been successful, with each claimant receiving a one-off payment of £120,000 from the UK government. To be eligible for the £120,000 payment, the person has to show causation by a vaccine and be determined to be severely disabled, which is at least 60% disabled. What if you're 50% disabled? What if you're 59% disabled and your life's ruined by this vaccine? It was also confirmed that 442 claims had been made on behalf of a person that had died following a suspected adverse reaction to the COVID-19 vaccines. 65 of the 184 claims that were successful were in persons who had died following a proven causal link with the COVID-19 vaccines. How can this be safe or effective? Perhaps the most shocking figure of all is that of the claims, 372 of the claims were unsuccessful because, although they met the criteria for causation by the vaccine, they were not deemed injured enough to receive the £120,000 payment. Not injured enough. And in a shocking disclosure from NHS Business Service Authority, they confirmed that since they took over the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme, there has been a total of 15,715 claims against all vaccines across the country. Of those, 14,999 were for the COVID-19 vaccine, which is 95.4% of all claims for all vaccines.